And the party continues with Carl Edwards, driver of the number 99 Aflac Ford. Carl actually has a win here in all 3 National Series at Bristol, including 2 in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. We'll be driving in both races this weekend. If you can open up talking about your Nationwide car from earlier and then a little bit about your Sprint Cup car.
We had a flat tire in the Nationwide car in practice, so we changed and put another set of tires on, so it was a little bit difficult for us to tell exactly where we stacked up, but it appears that there are a couple cars that are really fast, and we got our fast and all fusion pretty good there at the end, pretty balanced. So we're just hoping that the sun going down, the track temps coming to us will help us tonight. And then the Cup car, we're pretty far down on the sheet there. We had a lot of trouble the first few laps out in practice, but I felt like towards the end we got a lot more competitive, and at least now we've been on both sides of the fence of having a good balance. So I think we'll be able to come up with something pretty decent there. But it's a tough track. It's very, very close. Everyone's very close, and the line seems to be the track seems to be very line sensitive. So I think you'll see a lot of different grooves being utilized the next 2 nights.
All right, we'll go to questions. We'll open up with Jeff, Tom, Mike, Dustin.
Jeff Birchfield, Johnson City Press. Carl, the last few weeks, obviously Roush Fenway as a whole, and particularly your 99 teams ran so much better. Is there 1 or 2 areas, as a reason for that?
We've been working on a lot of different stuff. I think the engine is a big help. That FR9 has helped us more than I thought it was going to. Honestly, our old engine was really good, but this one's pretty spectacular. And yeah, someone sent me a text the other day showing the points, and I didn't know we'd scored so many points the last 6 races. It's only 6 races and it's in the middle of the season, but that's a championship caliber run right there. So if we can just keep this up, keep moving forward, that'll be good. I'm proud of my guys. I mean, you guys all know how much we've struggled, and to have our cars, Greg's car, Matt's car, my car, for really all of them to be as fast as they've been lately, that feels good. I hope we can keep it going.
Carl, Tom Jensen, Speed.com. The last 6 races, to follow up on your point, you've scored more points than Harvick, more points than anybody else in the series. Yet all year you've only led 6 laps.
Right.
Is that weird to you? Are you concerned about that? Do you expect to be out front more as the season goes on?
Man, it's statistics. There's nothing we can. Here's the way I look at it, and Tony, I think, alluded to it. I don't know exactly what you guys were talking about when I walked in, but he talked about winning races versus winning the championship. In a way, I'm more proud of our performance these last 6 races than if we had a dominant car and we were out winning races but not scoring as many points. And I say that because in 2008 we won more races than anybody else. I mean, I know what that feels like. I know how the car has to be. And for us to do what we're doing and potentially do what we could do this year, if we were to win the championship, without winning any races, in a way that shows you that you're making a lot out of maybe a car or a situation that isn't a race winning one. So yes, we'd like to be faster. We'd always like to be faster, but I'm proud of us for running as well as we are, and I think that stat shows that even without a dominant car, we've been able to perform very well. Thanks.
Mike Embry, Speed.com. So, some chase teams this summer apparently have been going sort of out of their way to do some unusual experimentation, geometry-wise, whatever, with their cars. Some have talked about saving cars for the chase, that sort of thing.
Right.
Have you guys had the luxury to try new stuff, or have you just been trying to catch up?
No, we have not had. We don't feel like we have any. We haven't had any cushion. Right now I feel really good about these next 3 races. I feel like we can try some things, do some stuff because of our points, but up to this point, it is full on as fast as we can go, get the best finish we can. There's no experimentation going on as far as I know. We've been too much on the edge.
Dustin.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Carl, how has your mindset been able to change just with the 6-race stretch? I mean, 6 races ago you were 12th. Now,
yeah.
I mean, obviously not safe, but in a better position. And second question, I know in the past you you give away your trophies a lot, but I understand are you now, along with still doing that, but also starting to get duplicates made, I guess?
Yeah, so we a lot has changed. When we're running the way we're running now, it's a totally, to me, it's everything's a lot different. It's a lot more relaxed. I came into this weekend. I mean, if we were 12th in the points right now, this would be a stressful weekend. And for me, I get to come into this weekend, a lot more relaxed. We're on the verge, I think, of breaking through and getting some wins. So I feel better about that. And then, the trophies, what we usually, I give away almost every trophy. And it just depends on the situation. Kind of depends on the weekend or who I meet that weekend or what's going on in the world. And we usually get a duplicate made. My mom really likes to have trophies in her house, so we usually get a duplicate made. But somehow I don't ever really end up with those trophies. So, but it's really nice to be able to do that. And the coolest thing is now, at this point, I think I've won 49 NASCAR races, and I don't know how many of the trophies I've given away, but people come up to me now that I haven't seen for a couple of years, and there are folks that I was able to give a trophy to, and they tell me about where they've got it in their house and what people say about it and how much it means to them, and it's more for me. That's more fun than looking at the same thing. Looking at them every day.
Let's come over to this side of the room to Lee.
Hey, Spencer, Fox Sports. Is your strategy going to be different, even though this is a short track, because you're on probation? I mean, do you kind of have to look at it a little bit differently coming into a track like this, where usually it would be like balls to the wall?
I probably should, but I don't know if I will. I just want to go race, and to me, having a clean race is the best thing. And I think that with the stuff that I've been in trouble for this year, those incidents have gone about as bad as they could have gone. You know what I mean? So not as bad. It can always be worse, but I feel like I've been of all the things that could happen, it was kind of the worst case stuff happened. So I'm just going to go race the same way I've always raced, but but especially since we're running this well, I've got a little more to lose. So I might think twice. But yeah, I can say whatever I want. Once I'm in that race car, I'm pretty hard competitor.
All right, we're going to go Jeff, Utter, Garrow, and Embry.
Jeff at RacingToday.com. Carl, your thoughts on going to Canada next week to defend your win in the Nationwide Series on the road course? And also, has a decision been made on whether you'll run full-time next year in Nationwide?
I love going to Canada. When we won that race last year, that was to be able to beat Ambrose like that, as good as he was, with the rain and the wet track and then the crowd. They went crazy. They were singing some song, I don't know, but they were singing it, and it was cool. So I'm excited to go back there. And then I committed to my team and to Jeff Smith this week that I'm going to run full time in the Nationwide Series next year. So hopefully we'll be able to put all the sponsorship pieces together. But for me, that's a great team I've got over there. We've got a great shop, a bunch of people that work very hard, and I kind of halfway committed to doing it, a year ago, these 2 years, and so if NASCAR says that we can't race for drivers' points, then I still feel like I owe it to my guys and my sponsors and myself to follow through and do what I said I'd do.